So let me explain you why hiring a regular accountant to do your business plan is not a good idea. So in this video, I'm not talking about business plans which are required by the bank or by the government to apply for loans and grants, but I'm talking about business plan you create to pitch to a certain investor, to pitch somebody, an angel investor, somebody to come along your business, put the money in and help you doing that. So the number one mistake is that you treat your business plan as a balance sheet. So they are two different things. The first one is based on accounting rules and it refers to the past. The second one is prospective. It regards the future, and there are so many variables that are not under your control because you cannot predict the future, you cannot predict what happens, and every business plan has so many if, then, but. So they usually say, hey, if the market goes well and we can sell 15,000 items, then we can make that money and the total profit is like that. Well, tell me how you sell those 15,000. So you didn't do that. Maybe you don't even have the product and you're still thinking of putting numbers in. That's something you should not do. That's an assumption, and it's very risky because you don't know that. And most of the times, business plans do not include non-material things. So investors are very well interested not to lose their money. They know that investing in a new business, in a startup, is very risky. However, they need certain certainties. So they would like to hear, what about your audience? What about your target? What about your Facebook page? What about your Instagram followers? What about your Twitter accounts? What about your website? How is your supply chain? How can that be disrupted? How can you change the way in which you do business? Or, do you have certain bottlenecks through your process? Can we help eliminate, automate, or outsource certain items? Do you have IP? So do you have intellectual property that can scale up? Is your business scalable? Those are questions an investor wants to know. Like, they want answer on that. They don't want numbers. Otherwise they would just have gone to their own accountant. So in a business plan, you should focus on the process. So you should focus how your product works, what's the niche, and especially how do you supply that, which are every single stage. Because every single stage creates a risk and increases costs. So is there a way to cut those steps? Is there a way to improve that? Is there a way to automate those and introduce new technology to help you in the business? What is your time to market? How long does it take you to reach the market? And then how does your cash flow look like? So how much money can you make? Can you make money in advance? Can you let people pay before they undertake that? Do you provide credit? Those are very important information. And especially people in business plan, they focus on profits and they focus on assets and liabilities. But what you should actually care about is cash. So how much money you make? How much money does that generate? Nobody cares about profits. They care about cash because you pay shareholders with dividends. That is basically money. You don't pay them with profits. That's the way you pay the government. So whenever you show large profits, probably you should pitch that to the tax office so they can charge you more in income tax or corporate tax. And the other thing is exit costs. So I never saw, or I've seen very seldomly, which is the exit cost, which is the plan B. So what if anything creates a problem in the supply chain, or you need to exit the market? Which are the costs associated? Which are the sunk costs you incur? Which is the money you can recover? So think about that. If you create a certain item, a certain thing, if you create coding, and if everything goes bad, but you can still use that and implement in a different business, well, you can recover that money somehow. But it's very hard to recover if you make a product and then it doesn't work. So you already produced them, you have your warehouse filled with stuff, but you cannot reuse them. What about coding? So if you take that and you implement in a different business, well, the money spent there can be used in the next one. So this is something you should consider when doing your business plan. And please stop doing your business plan as it is a balance sheet and a profit and loss. This is not the purpose, and definitely you do not have enough information to be precise down the dime about your profits.